daily protein, dude, you realize like one bottle is like 80 grams of sugar or like 60 grams of sugar. It's the same shit with like, it's not even just that. It's the same stuff with like if you want to drink it because it's chocolate milk, that's fine, right? Because that's what it is. Mr. Beast milk is chocolate milk. And I think people are reading the protein fortified shit and being like, oh, this is like this is a post-workout protein drink. No, it's not, right? It's not a post-workout protein drink. It has protein. It has 15 grams of fucking protein. That's jack shit, dude. That's like one fucking chicken tender, right? It's like, you got to eat protein naturally in your foods. Don't just be looking for that stuff. The biggest con of it all, he'll probably get into this, is protein bars. Protein bars nowadays, oh my God. They'll be like, try out this chocolate chip cookie dough protein bar, 25 grams of protein, 9 grams of saturated fat, fucking 10 grams of sugar alcohol, and 20 grams of regular sugars. That shit is like diabetes central. That is not going to make you big. It's going to make you fucking fat. Like, people don't read labels. They don't just read a fucking label. What are we doing? Why? Like, they'll read like, oh, it has 20 grams of protein. Read the rest of the stuff of what the fuck they're putting in it.
It's not just you. Protein is suddenly everywhere. Every year, its search popularity has been increasing, while the number of new products marketing their protein
because, bro, Americans don't understand. I don't think it's just Americans, but I would say it's mainly Americans. Americans don't understand that, like, the United States has, like, very few restrictions on what is put in food. And so you're eating, like, Red 40 cancer slop. And then once every year, humans in the US get, like, really obsessed with, like, one niche health thing that's really unhealthy or really healthy that they want or don't want in their food. And that changes the market, right? Whether it's, like, saturated fats, sodium, aspartame with like Diet Coke, that was big, right? Like a lot of like sucralose or like artificial sugar's too much. So like people focus so heavily on like diet stuff and they're like, I don't want sugar. I don't want saturated fat. I don't want this. I don't want that. And the market will change and they'll gear that towards you. But instead they'll just put stuff that's equally or if not worse in the fucking food or drink that you're having for you. And people don't care. You recommend any protein bars? Not really, honestly. I eat Cliff Bars. I eat protein bars. They're all bad for you. Like, it's very rare that you're going to find a protein bar that's genuinely good for you, comparable to, like, just, like, an actual post-workout protein, like, powder that you're able to mix into a shake.
Content has almost doubled in the last 2 years. Some companies have even tried selling protein vapes, because 71% of people aim to eat more protein in 2024, up from 59% in 2022.
I can't hit my protein!
20 whole baby belts.
Not getting.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't be getting your protein from cheese. If you're like, I need to eat more protein, let me eat fucking blocks of mac and cheese. Cheat code to getting fat. Right? Like, I mean, bro, if you want to eat more protein, you got to eat more like plant protein and fucking non-fatty meats. Like lean ass tenderloins, breasts, chicken breast, turkey. That's like turkey ground meat. That's like 99% lean. It's going to be dry as a bitch. Like, that's the stuff that if you're bulking, if you're bulking, it's different. But like, even bulking, I feel like people just like dirty bulk. When people bulk now, it's like, I'm just going to eat like shit. I'm going to get really fat. And then I'm going to fucking say that I'm bulking for the next 3 years. Like, when is that cut coming? Right? I don't care what you do with your life, but like, when you bulk, you need to understand that you have to bulk in a clean manner. Because if you're just bulking in a dirty way, yeah, you'll gain 30 pounds. 25 pounds of that shit's going to be fucking fat, right? And you're not going to change that to muscle. You're just going to gain it and lose it.
Protein time!
But if you thought influencers were unhinged with this protein craze, just wait until you see the companies cashing in. From shady marketing to ridiculous new products, they've managed to rebrand everyday foods to charge a premium. But take a look closer and you'll see this protein boom isn't nearly as innocent as it looks.
Cheerios under fire tonight, the new lawsuit claiming a new version.
Well, it's usually like they divert. Companies know what you care about, and they know that you don't understand a lot of health-based things. And so instead of them making a protein-based thing that's healthy, they'll just remove one thing and add something else. Like, if you ever see, a big example I could give is these. You see them at the store. They're really good. Quest peanut butter cups. People love them. They taste amazing, and you're like, I'm eating healthy. Less than 1 gram of sugar per serving. 11 grams of protein. Wow. 7 grams of saturated fat. 7 grams of saturated fat. A metric shitload. It's just protein powder, effectively. First ingredient's just whey protein isolate. So it's just whey protein powder and fucking fat that you're eating, right? And that's short term, not really going to cause that many problems. Long term, heart disease, heart attack, stroke, right? Like if you eat saturated fat in high amounts, right? And people are munching down these. These are 4 mini cups of 7 grams of saturated fat. People are eating fucking 15, you know? You're getting your day's worth of saturated fat eating 1 or 2 servings of these Quest cups. Like, people do that and don't realize because they just care about one section of the pie instead of the whole pie.
Version of the classic with more protein has a lot more of something else as well.
So why is this protein gold rush happening?
And I'm not sitting here acting like I eat healthy, right? I eat like shit a lot of the time. But when I eat like shit, I'm like actively going, this is so bad for me, I just don't care. And if that's what you're about, that's fine, right? Because there is an argument to be made that it's bad for you, but it's not as bad for you, which you could make that argument. But, you know, that's what type of, you know, debate you're trying to have.
Happening now? How are companies getting away marketing regular products as protein snacks? And most importantly, what do you actually need to know before getting tricked by the label?
You guys talk about protein? I love protein. I love protein too. Protein rocks.
Protein's first true disciples were bodybuilders. By the 1970s, early sports science and gym culture had made it clear protein was essential for muscle repair and growth. But the
Dude, it's so crazy to me that, like, pre-Arnold, the average physique of a man that was in shape was, like, very obtainable. Like, very obtainable. Now, I think people see, like, bodybuilders, and that's, like, you know, a ways away. But if you were just, like, moderately in shape in, like, the 60s, you were ripped. Shredded to the gills. You know, you had any visible abs. Because people, like, worked out, but it was, like, not to the point where they were ripping the gym all the time. It would be, like, whatever they got doing their, you know, actual physical labor.
first few supplements were awful. Protein of the sea was gritty, fishy, and borderline inedible. But as the fitness industry exploded, so did the demand for something better. By the 1980s, dairy-based protein, which was smoother and better tasting, became the gold standard.
What girl's gonna go for me with a body like this?
Hey, if the sight of yourself at 18 doesn't convince you, Tom, listen to your senior year girlfriend.
Hi, Tom. I'm waiting.
Milk. It does a body good.
Oh, big milk! Ah! 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 Oh, I knew it was going to get to this shit. Oh, my God. I was waiting for the fucking... Oh, got milk? Got milk? I'm not getting into this fucking shit anymore. I can't deal with it. Oh, my God. I thought it was going to be an ad for, like, a protein bar or fucking protein shake. It's just milk. Just an ad for milk.
Outside of the gym though, nutrition trends were dominated by one thing:
Government's trying to pan that shit onto you.
low fat. A handful of observational studies
Why don't you like milk? Because milk isn't that healthy for you. People rave about milk and go, oh, fucking dude, just whole milk, fucking 2%. Oh, no, it's dude, it's so, what the fuck? Look at the back of a milk container. Yeah, it's more natural than a lot of other things that you're drinking. I'm not saying drink artificial shit, but like, I would argue that drinking like almond, oat, or soy milk is arguably much better for you than regular milk. Yes, you need calcium in your diet, but like milk also doesn't contain an absurd amount of calcium comparable to like a lot of other natural vegetables and foods that you eat.
followed by official dietary guidelines in the 70s and 80s, blamed saturated fats for heart disease. Food companies saw low fat as a marketing goldmine, even if it meant replacing fat with sugar.
And then it reversed. It literally reversed. People get obsessed with fat, they get obsessed with cholesterol, then they get obsessed with sugar, then it reverts, then they get obsessed with protein. And so people just keep changing.
And low-fat yogurt, a good thing going for you every day.
By the late 90s, the cracks were obvious.
Because the American people go, I'm obsessed with fat, I don't want fat, I don't want sugar, but I still want it to taste like it has that stuff. you can't get the best of both worlds most of the time. If you don't want to fucking die of heart disease, you're going to have to eat shit that doesn't taste as good. Like, why is that? It's always artificial sweeteners. There's, like, studies that show that, like, certain diet drinks and artificial sweeteners increase odds of, like, dementia. You could still have more kidney stones because you're eating, like, fucking, like, drinking diet tea consistently all the time. Like, there's downsides to everything that you put in drinks, right? Saying, like, oh, diet drinks have no downsides whatsoever isn't true, right? What the downsides are is still largely unknown because they're very new, right? And the studies are very new. But to say that, like, oh, me jamming absurd amounts of sucralose into my drink is going to have no negative downside when I drink 5 of these every day is just likely wrong, right? Will it have less downsides? Maybe. But to say that it's like, oh, this is perfectly healthy for me.
Obesity rates kept climbing. The backlash came in the form of Atkins and other low-carb diets, flipping the villain from fat to carbs and putting protein and fat back in fashion. Through the early 2000s, supermarkets' health aisles became a battleground between low-fat and low-carb products. Meanwhile, social media was taking bodybuilding mainstream. Whey protein had become cheaper, tastier, and heavily promoted by influencers. Suddenly, high-protein everyday foods like Fage Greek yogurt and Quest bars were trending well beyond the gym. Brands began to notice something.
Bro, Quest bar's one of the reasons I got fucking hemorrhoids. I was taking way too much creatine, not drinking enough water, and I was eating a metric shitload of Quest bars. My poop turned to fucking literal sandpaper.
But protein was untouchable. By the 2020s, longevity-focused experts like Dr. Peter Attia were praising protein not just for bulking, but for preserving muscle with age, supporting immunity, and keeping you full. Protein now had a health halo. And then came the perfect storm. A global lockdown, widespread weight gain, and a renewed obsession with health. Weight loss drugs became mainstream, so dietitians urged patients to eat more protein to avoid muscle wastage while eating.
Well, and that's what's so fucked is so many people are like, Joe, you look like you're in shape. And I think I do eat better than the average American, and I think I work out a lot more than the average American. But just because you look healthy doesn't mean you are healthy, right? There's a lot of people that do lose weight using Ozempic, but they still don't get the calories in the caloric intake they need. They don't get the vitamins they need. They don't get the nutrients they need. Just because you're skinny and you look good doesn't mean you actually are healthy. The only thing that's different is like when people are obviously morbidly obese, that's a definitive sign that you're unhealthy versus something that's like on the inside, right? That you can't see.
So now, protein-boosted products are almost seen as a shortcut to a healthy body.
There's only one way to reach the top without sacrifice.
Protein water sounds disgusting. Sparkling protein water. Ugh.
Shortcut to a healthy body.
There's only one way to reach the top without sacrifice. Cheating.
By this point, if your product wasn't high in protein, it looked outdated. So companies either reformulated to add it, or used marketing tricks to make it seem like they had. There's one main problem with many high-protein products. They aren't high protein, and it takes a wizard to spot the tricks used to legally get away with it. Take this bag of chips, apparently high protein. Sounds solid, until you realize a serving has just 3 grams of protein.
Yeah, but you eat the whole fucking bag.
Less than a slice of bread. Then there's this high protein chocolate bar, 27 grams of protein, but also a massive 455 calories.
Should be illegal to write this on you. 20%.
Dude, I feel like the best thing that I did, like the easiest things to switch out, get rid of white bread, start eating whole wheat. Eat nuts and regular like low-fat snacks instead. Get rid of regular milk. You drink almond milk. Like there's so many like small substitutes you could do that just make your diet better that people refuse to do. And I never understand that. Nuts are high in fat. Yeah, you don't throat down an entire fucking can of peanuts, right? Nuts are high in fat. Don't eat the whole fucking thing. Eat like 2 servings because nuts are still a part of a good diet. Just because they're high in fat doesn't mean they're bad for you, right? They're bad for you if you eat a shitload of them, but like nuts are good for you.
Protein needs.
It feels like every aisle is now stacked with the same ultra-processed snacks. Only now, they're boasting about an extra gram or 2 of protein.
This is shite. has 12 grams of protein for 250 calories.
The Kardashians' popcorn has 7 grams of protein per 150 calories. Sure, it's a step up, but at twice the price, it's a pretty expensive sprinkle. How can a Nature Valley bar that's only 17% protein still slap protein on the front? To understand how that's even legal, you've got to understand the loopholes they don't want you to know about.
What do you mean legal? I feel like they could fucking throw whatever the hell they want on it. They could be like, oh, this has 10 grams of protein. That's not false marketing.
In the US, if a product has just 10 to 19% of the daily recommended value of protein, it can legally be called a good source of protein. 20% or more, now it's high protein. But here's the catch. That daily value is based on just 50 grams of protein a day, which is...
And that is so small. Yeah, that is the weird... Don't look at the percentages. When you look at it, it really depends, like, how big you are, what your body size is. But I'm pretty sure the FDA makes it off of, like, a 2,000 or 2,500 calorie diet, which most people are exceeding, especially if you're, like, a guy and you're big. Like, I'm 6'1", right? I'm not eating 2,000 calories a fucking day. I would lose weight rapidly.
It's way below what most people would benefit from for fat loss or building muscle, at least according to the most up-to-date science. But by this rule, if a product has 5 grams of protein, it's a good source. 10 grams or more, now it's high protein. Even if it's surrounded by 300 calories of gloop.
5 grams of saturated fat. It has 240 milligrams of sodium, which isn't insane, but it's like, come on. Corn syrup, palm oil, like canola oil. There's so many oils. Peanut oil. What the fuck is this? Cocoa butter. It's also chocolate.
In the UK and EU, it's a little bit different. If 12% of the calories come from protein, it can be labelled as a source. Over 20%, and it's high protein. So we have many companies, including just enough protein in order to make these claims. And when a company doesn't meet these already low thresholds, there's plenty of legal loopholes they can jump through. They could claim 50 grams of protein, then put in small print per pack, or as Cheerios Protein did, add an extra 0.7 grams of protein to regular Cheerios, double the portion size, and then claim 11 grams of protein with milk, which is where most of that extra protein came from, while conveniently leaving out that this great new product has 17 times the sugar per serving.
What the fuck?
And even the shakes aren't in.
Bro, and then people eat it and they're like, oh my god, this is so healthy.
Slim Fast boasts 10 grams of protein, but that's with fat-free milk. The powder on its own, a measly 2 grams of protein.
Dude, wait, this is a protein powder. It only has 2 grams of protein. What is this?
The powder on its own, a measly 2 grams of protein.
That's so ass. 4-hour hunger control.
Companies often dodge strict rules by using vague terms. Instead of saying...
Dude, I also really loved those Fairlife drinks. You know those Fairlife protein drinks? Those had, like, decent numbers on them. And then it was like, hey, they have, like, a concerning amount of lead in their drinks. You remember when that happened? Dude, I was chugging those down. It was like, yeah, it was microplastics. That's what it was. They had a concerning amount of microplastics in their drinks. I was like, oh. I still drink them time to time.
They say things like protein packed. Like these
I eat those. I eat these. I eat the protein packed shit. This is literally... I will stand on the Power Nut. You shouldn't eat the Power Nut. The Power Up Nut Mix. Not Power Nut. I will stand on this because... Yeah, you shouldn't eat the whole bag. But, I mean, dude, it's literally just almonds, cashews, raisins, pumpkin seeds, peanuts, and cherries. Like, it's not... It's, like, very basic shit. And it's not salty at all. Like, you eat these and it's kind of disappointing. I'm not going to lie. If you eat this mix, it kind of tastes like shit.
Protein packed. Like these protein packed balls, which only have 4 grams of protein per serving.
I also added 2 times the protein on here because companies love to do that all the time. You just have to compare to a comparable product. In this case, it has 2 times the protein of Twix.
They'll often choose a low protein product as a baseline to make bold claims. Many companies will also include imagery to give their product a health halo, including images of nutritious whole foods on the packaging. Or they'll say something like it has as much protein as an egg, implying that it's just as good, when in reality, it's nowhere near as nutritious. In fact, a lot of protein-boosted foods like breads or chips use lower quality sources pea or wheat protein. If you
Bro, the best way that I could describe it is if you're getting like pre-packaged, non-baked, like fresh baked bread, the worse it tastes, the better it probably is. The drier and more unappealing the bread, the better it probably is. Not always, but if you eat that shit and you're like, wow, it actually feels like I'm chewing on grains, it's probably pretty good for you. It's probably pretty good for you. Oh, wow, this is ruining my sandwich. That's healthy.
use lower quality sources like pea or wheat protein. If you already eat plenty of meat, eggs or dairy, it's not a big deal. But if most of your protein comes from these ultra-processed foods, you might be hitting your numbers without properly fueling for muscle repair or growth. Protein quality matters, not just the total. But even when a product adds a meaningful amount...
Yeah, but then you're getting into the argument on whether or not whey, like, is whey protein or is plant protein better for you? Like, for muscle control, you could argue, like, whey. I don't know. I think that's a different debate. Like, when I was taking a nutrition class in college, that was a whole fucking week, was the difference between, like, protein supplements and whether or not whey or plant protein's better. I used to drink whey protein a lot. Now I drink vegan protein, but that's just because I don't want to deal with the cholesterol stuff, but I don't know.
Amount of protein. It often comes with a trade-off. To mask the...
I kind of want to Google that, but that would be like, you would have to read in-depth articles. No definitive answer. Lower cholesterol and saturated fat, but the disadvantages is more expensive, lower protein content by serving, less pleasant taste, doesn't have amino acids. Yeah, so it's like you gotta weigh the pros and cons of each.
The chalky taste or rubbery texture. Companies add extra fats, sweeteners, sodium, or other additives. It might taste better, but it can also mean more calories and ingredients which don't necessarily...
Bro, love Lenny and Larry's though. Oh, Lenny and Larry's is so bad for you. Dude, the Lenny and Larry's cookie, so gross, unpackaged. Okay, let me give you a life fucking hack. If you eat the Lenny and Larry's cookies, pop that bitch in the microwave for 20 seconds. It gets really goopy, and now it tastes so good. But if it's just a regular Lenny and Larry's cookie, solid, disgusting.
Companies will often take a high sugar, high fat bar.
What is that? You've seen them at a store. You've seen a fucking Lenny and Larry's. This is like a dessert food, by the way. This is not like an actual health food. They promote the 16 grams of fucking plant protein. But I'll eat this for dessert. You just pack, it's one big cookie that comes in a package. It has a shitload of sugar and fat, but they taste good as fuck.
Bar. Slap 10 to 20 grams of protein in it, and suddenly it's a performance snack.
This is Snickers Pro Plus, not
Snickers Pro Plus, 8 grams of protein.
Protein, just pro to imply protein. If we use a king-size Snickers bar, it has 8 grams of protein, so we can highlight that. And the plus can simply mean plus energy from...
Bro, but you gotta be a dumbass if you're buying a king-size Snickers Pro Plus bar and being like, yeah, this is my pre-workout.
Peanuts.
My post-workout bar.
This trickery is exactly why I recommend most people.
Dude, I will say this is... Focus on this, not this. I will agree that the Protein Plus pasta is a little more schemy, but I still do buy the Protein Plus pasta instead of regular pasta.
Food companies have figured out a cheat code. Slap the word protein on a product, charge extra, and watch the profits roll in. Protein pasta can be almost twice the price for just an extra 3 grams of protein. It's an easy way to charge more for your cereal. But sometimes, these are just regular products, marketed as high protein.
5.1 grams of protein. 5.1 grams of protein. Lidl, are you flipping mad?
Just about enough to claim a source of protein on the front, but it allows companies to make massive profits. And let's face it, often get away with them tasting horrendous, because it's healthy.
Hi, quick question.
Oh my god, I never even thought about that. Because you're thinking it's a Protein Plus food, so when it tastes bad, you're going, oh my god, this actually makes me feel like I'm eating something healthier. When it's as bad as something that tastes better.
And is the main ingredient in all protein bars shit?
With the fitness industry growing, protein has only become more valuable to the public. So when people realize they've been tricked by a protein label on regular food, they get understandably frustrated.
This is a protein bar. This is a protein bar. This is a steaming...
Bro, when you go to a grocery store now, there's almost whole aisles that are dedicated to protein bars. The one that I used to eat a lot were these, like, Metrics ones. And they have 32 grams of protein, but they're so dry. I remember I used to munch these down in high school. 32 grams of protein per bar, bro. Oh, my God. I used to mac them, but I'm pretty sure they're so fucking bad for you. Yeah, 26 grams of sugar. 6 grams of saturated fat and like 80 ingredients.
This isn't a small trend, it's a full-blown protein gold rush. In the first 3 months of 2025 alone, 8.3% of all new food products bragged about being a source of protein. That's up from 6.1% in 2024 and just 4.6% in 2023.
What do you think the next health trend will be after it's protein? I feel like people are going to start focusing on some like hyper vitamin.
Most people still believe protein equals healthy, so companies get away with the fine print. Take these collagen protein gummies, just 0.15 grams.
Fiber. Yeah, they're going to start adding fiber. Everybody's going to be shitting their pants.
Grams of collagen per serving.
Need more clean poops.
That's less than a third of a Tic Tac. Still, people leave 5-star reviews because they taste good and they seem healthy. More and more, we're just getting catfished by clever marketing. And the worst part? They often jack up the protein while gutting the actual nutrition. Let me show you how dumb it can get. Let's say you're trying to lose weight on 2,000 calories a day with a protein goal of 150 grams. You could achieve this with the following. For breakfast, protein cereal, a protein Pop-Tart, some collagen gummies, and a Hubba Bubba whey shake. For lunch...
Hubba Bubba, the gum company, has a blue Raz protein shake. That sounds fucking gross.
For lunch, protein spread in a protein sandwich, some birthday cake peanut butter protein, and protein chips. For dinner, protein pizza with a protein beer to wash it down. Still under your goal? No worries, just vape the rest. Congrats, you hit...
Vape? There's peppermint vapes? That's not possible.
Vape the rest.
Peppermint vape that has protein? It's not possible to vape protein molecules.
Congrats, you hit your macros. Now try not to protein yourself, because you've consumed loads of sugar alcohols and additives, not nearly enough fiber, and you'll probably still be hungry, since ultra-processed food just isn't as filling as Whole Foods. I learnt the hard way as a teenager. During lockdown, there wasn't much fresh food in my area, and I was convinced COVID meant instant death. So I basically lived on protein products ordered online. Sure, I hit my calories and lost weight, but I also racked up deficiencies, felt bloated, and barely ate any fruit or veg. These products tend to be stripped of the vitamins, minerals.
I eat too much fruit, bro. It makes my teeth yellow. I drink too much coffee and I eat too much fucking fruit, dude. I have to do whitening strips like constantly. It's gross. I eat absurd amounts of fruit, like bowls of fruit. I'll eat a case of blueberries, whole fucking bag of grapes.
And phytonutrients you'd find
Eating that shit off the vine.
In Whole Foods. And Michael Pollan calls that narrow thinking nutritionism.
I had to read that book, I think. Actually, no, I didn't.
Nutritionism. To make things worse, protein fortified junk often comes with a premium price tag, which is the main issue, especially when you consider that most of these products aren't really high protein. All these products have their place in a balanced diet, but if your diet boils down to chasing protein claims on flashy labels, you've basically become a marketer's dream.
Your protein powder.
What's the next step?
Protein products.
I think the fix to this is just eat more balanced protein things, right? Like eat more vegetables that are high in protein, eat more meats that are high in protein and not unhealthy for you. I think a lot of people do the exact opposite and then get into that like alpha mindset where they're like, I'm gonna eat raw walnuts. I gotta eat lamb eyeballs. I'm gonna start eating skin.
Shouldn't be demonized. They can offer convenience and often taste surprisingly good. If a shake helps you hit your protein goal, brilliant. But many companies are just passing off regular treats as protein products.
What protein should I eat then? Meats, fish, right? Shrimp, chicken. You could eat beef or pork. Outside of that, like there's other things like lentils, peas, beans. There's a lot of things that have protein.
All the while, actual Whole Foods sits sadly in the corner with no
eggs, egg whites,
marketing team behind them. And here's the punchline. Some of the products marketed as high protein have even less protein than they claim. Take Lenny and Larry's cookies. They proudly claim 16 grams of protein with over 400 calories. Already a bit questionable.
Oh yeah, dude, look how bad they are. Oh my god. They're so good though. The double chocolate chip. They have the vanilla macadamia nut.
But when tested,
I'd kill a squirrel for that.
They were found to have 4 to 9 grams of protein, which is what I love about a piece of chicken and Whole Foods. No bullshit or asterisks involved. So here's a question worth asking. If the protein bars and cookies that you're relying on turned out to not be high in protein, would your diet fall apart? Because if the answer is yes, probably a red flag. One simple test, which helps me choose shakes and bars, is to take the calories, knock off the last 0 and compare. If a product has more grams of protein than this number, it's pretty good. So
yeah, bro, but I hate when people market the David protein bar, bro. It's so annoying on TikTok. May still taste like shit. Oh no, definitely too. The David protein bars are cheaper than they've ever been. You can buy a whole box. You're basically stealing it from them. They made too many by accident. Fuck some jerk off on TikTok. I might use my affiliate code.
If a product has more grams of protein than this number, it's pretty good. So a bar with 190 calories and 20 grams of protein, decent. But 480 calories and 16 grams of protein is starting to look more like expensive candy with a protein sticker. Protein isn't the problem, the marketing is. And the craze isn't slowing down, but you can before buying into the next shiny label.
Damn, this is really making me fucking, gear up to just start eating rotisserie chickens by the whole. I love that video. Next, care for the sub. Lock in. How competitive eaters stay so lean?
Waiting to see if he finishes it off.
The other day I was being productive, watching a hot dog eating contest, and noticed something.
He got the meat sweats out the max, dude. I love watching that. Oh, that's disgusting. There's competitive eating for mayo. How does something become a world record? Because I see this Guinness official standing here with a stopwatch. Who the was like, I bet I could eat a jar of mayo faster than you. That ain't mayo? Yeah, it is. Cringe joke. Anyways, what are you trying to say? That's 7 jars of what? What are you trying to say? What else? Oh, vanilla ice cream? Yeah, in a fucking mayo jar? Okay. Anyways, no, how do these become records? Like could I just go to Guinness and be like, hey, I bet I could eat, I don't know, there's probably already a record for this. I bet I could eat an entire watermelon faster than you, or faster than anybody else. And they'd go, okay, is that a record? World record fastest to eat an entire watermelon. It's a record. There's a world record. 24-time Guinness World Record eater eats an entire watermelon. Actually, this doesn't look like a record. This looks like it's for a fucking reality show. Oh, they have a Guinness World Record for the most watermelon eaten in 3 minutes. 2,310 grams. How much watermelon is that?
All the top eaters are pretty healthy.
I mean, just look at the lean faces on the Major League Eating leaderboards. I wanted to find out how somebody who regularly...
Well, okay, you want to know my prediction on how they stay so lean? They just don't eat for like 4 days prior. Or they just eat things that expand their stomach, and then they eat a lot. No, actually, I bet they do eat, and then after this, they don't eat for like a day. Or they throw it up. I always assumed they'd throw it up.
He eats over 10,000 calories a day.
If you throw up, it doesn't count. I'm saying after the fact. I would assume that, like, you think Joey Chestnut eats 75 hot dogs and then just goes and lays down? Dude, imagine that sitting in your stomach. I feel like you need to get your stomach pumped. Like, there's no way. You think he just eats that? I feel like he has to throw it up. And I also don't... Do you think he's chewing the hot dog in its entirety? I would assume if Joey Chestnut's throating 75 dogs in 10 minutes, he has to just be biting them into bits and then swallowing them like they're pills, you know? Like, he's not actually consuming that. He's not actually, like, chewing them into a mush.
Looks like this. Many speculate about a darker side to the career, but these glizzy gobblers give those of us with scary appetites hope.
And again, I don't have, like, this crazy metabolism of the gods.
So how are they doing it? And should we use any of their tactics ourselves? Strangely, almost all competitive eaters...
My God, Furious Pete. I haven't watched Furious Pete in fucking forever. Dude, he was like the GOAT of YouTube.
Strangely, Almost all
I remember when I was like 10 years old, he made a video about how he had to get one of his balls cut off because he had testicular cancer. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I was genuinely like fucking shell shocked.
all competitive eaters have deep backgrounds in health and fitness.
Because I didn't know about that. I mean, I knew what cancer was at the time, but I wasn't like actively thinking like, oh, you got to get your nuts chopped off if you get testicular cancer.
Matt Stoney studied nutrition, Santel, a registered nutritionist, Neo, a registered nutritionist, Katina eats kilos, a background in bodybuilding, Beard Meets Food, an impressive fitness background.
Love Beard Meets Food. Oh my God. Top 10 YouTuber. Top 10 YouTuber, dude. Walks into a local joint in the middle of, like, fucking Louisiana. Middle of nowhere. He's like, all right. Okay, that's not his accent. I don't know how to do his accent. You've got a challenge. I'm here for the old heartbreaker. And it'll be, like, fucking 10 cheeseburgers. 10 double patty cheeseburgers. And a fucking gallon milkshake. And it'll just be like, oh, you reckon I could do this in about 30 minutes?
And it's not a coincidence. With this sport,
see, that looks disgusting. I could get into competitive eating for like a very niche thing, but the idea of having to like just mush up ground beef and just throw it.
Food, an impressive fitness background, and it's not a coincidence.
Like that looks gross, bro. Oh.
With this sport, getting your nutritional approach right can quite literally be a matter of life and death.
Is that ice cream or mayo? Mayonnaise eater takes on the world record. Bro, I would vomit 3 spoonfuls in. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 jars of mayo lined up. How many calories is that?
Death. Here's a CT scan of a competitive eater's stomach after they were rushed to hospital. You can see the food pushing their organs around. It's a risky escapade.
What is this? This is their stomach. Where are their organs? Is this just is this their body cavity? What the fuck am I looking at? Oh, their organs are down here. They ate 7-pound burger in 30 minutes and they had to go to a hospital.
They were rushed to hospital. You can see the food pushing their organs around. It's a risky escapade.
This is 69 hot dog buns.
No way. That's what Joey Chestnut's stomach looks like after he's done.
9 hot dog buns. 69 hot dogs, and over 2 quarts of water. This is what it looks like inside the human body.
Dude, and he has to poop that out.
No human is able to stomach this without ruptures, right?
The rock on which he stands is not a rock.
I love how he has like a badass fucking walkout. It's like a blistering summer day, and there's just a bunch of drunk people with hot dog hats like... just waiting to see like Badlands Chugs rip a gallon of lemonade and Joey Chestnut just throat dogs for 10 minutes.
It is the United States of...
I kind of want to go to this. When is this and where? When is the Nathan's hot dog contest? It's not tomorrow. Oh, it's the 4th of July. I thought it was a different day. It's the 4th of July. Wow, what an American way to spend the 4th of July. Where is the Nathan's hot dog contest? Coney Island, New York? In New York City. Damn, should I go?
America!
This is Joey Chestnut. He just devoured 71 hot dogs in under 10 minutes, making him the greatest competitive eater in history. A man of
You think you gotta get tickets?
powers. And one of his secrets? Maintaining a healthy weight.
I do gain weight, and it's a battle. I have to be aware of it, because if I lose track of my long-term calorie intake, I gain weight, and then I start losing contests. I hate losing.
Coincidentally, this is the ideal body, according to competitive eaters. A short neck, long torso, and wider build. But this doesn't mean fat. The belt of fat...
There's a biological ideal build for competitive eating. I feel like it would just be big throat.
Long torso,
more vertical space for food.
And wider build. But this doesn't mean fat. The belt of fat theory suggests that belly fat restricts the stomach's abilities to expand, limiting the amount of food the competitive eater...
I can't show it on stream, but if you ever want to see some crazy shit, look up the lemonade contest with Badlands Chugs and what's his name? I said this on stream and I always forget his name. Badlands Chugs drips the gallon of lemonade. My editor might be able to throw this in, but blur it. Airsoft Fatty rips half the gallon of lemonade and just starts vomiting all over the table for like 5 minutes straight. He just starts puking on himself. But it's only lemonade. There's no like, it's just liquid. But it makes you realize like, wow, yeah, chugging, the average person trying to chug a gallon of lemonade would go horribly wrong.
Beta can ingest. Excessive fat gain also limits the contestant's ability to breathe or shoveling food down their gullet.
If I wasn't taking care of myself.
Damn, I think I could fucking rip Krispy Kreme donuts easily. Or Dunkin' Donuts. How many donuts do you think you could eat in like 5 minutes? Like 9. I think I could eat like 19. You're not eating 19 donuts in 5 minutes. Maybe like 10. I think I could eat more than 10 donuts. But it's just this, the pacing there is going to be the problem.
Myself, if I wasn't physically in great shape, then I wouldn't be able to. Physically compete at a high level.
Okay.
They really, for the hot dog eating contest, I think it would be really funny. I would say this for regular athletics too. In the Olympics, they should just have an average person, like pull somebody from the crowd and have them line up, right? It would build hype for the event and just have an extra lane in swimming and just have that guy do the event. Like, obviously a selection, you have to clear him so he doesn't fuck with the athletes, but like, he would be like a control. And you would see how slow people are. And then for competitive eating, just get some dude from the crowd and get him to eat hot dogs. The average person's probably eating like 5 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Max. Maybe less. Like 4.
So we know that staying somewhat fit is a requirement for elite competitive eating. But this doesn't explain how the mukbanger Hungry Fat Chick ended up with off-the-chart obesity, while competitive eaters maintain an ideal weight.
Well, because mukbang people are eating a shitload of food every day, and it's always unhealthy. Competitive eaters are eating healthy things to expand their stomach in the lull time, and then close to an event, they begin training heavy amounts of food for the event. What is BMI? Body mass index. It's not a great way of determining how healthy you are, because you could also be like an overweight bodybuilder. You could be like jacked, and it would say you're obese. A better measurement is body fat percentage, but yeah, no, I mean, she's obese, but like that's, you know.
Many believe it's the difference between a slow and a fast metabolism. Competitive eating comment sections are full of people dissatisfied with their slow metabolisms. But according to...
I hate that shit. People blaming like lack of health off of like slow metabolism. Metabolism plays a factor, but it's just basic physics. Your caloric intake has to be less than your outtake, right? Like if you're burning more calories than you're consuming, it doesn't matter if you digest food slowly. You're not going to be fat. But like if you're eating 5,000 calories a day and you burn 3,000 calories a day, you mean thermodynamics? That's a part of physics, is it not? Isn't thermodynamics looped into physics? Yeah, physics, you mean thermodynamics? Yeah, your body burns, the average person burns around 2,000 calories a day, not working out. Like maybe 2,500, depends. But like if you're eating the equivalent of what you're burning, you won't gain weight, you won't lose weight. And if you're somebody that, you could play the metabolism card for like a small factor of weight gain, but if you're like morbidly obese, your metabolism has nothing to do with it.
To competitive eaters, their metabolisms aren't anything special.
There are so many misconceptions about food challenges and food challengers. One of them is that we've got some magic metabolisms and that we're just able to eat loads of food all of the time. It is not the case.
Matt Stoney has an estimated BMR of 1,516 calories per day. Mickey Sudo, 1,223 calories, and Beard Meats Food, 1,623 calories.
Yeah, the bigger you are, the more food you need, which is also why it's even harder when you're somebody that's really obese. It's actually, you're eating more and more to stay that fat. Like when you see the videos of like My 600 Pound Life, those people are eating 10,000 calories a day. Because if you weigh like 500 pounds, you're not eating like 4,000 calories to gain weight, right? If I ate 4,000 calories now, I would gain weight. But the more and more I weigh, the more I eat, it doesn't matter as much because you need to eat more to maintain that heft because your body's going to burn more to even just be that heavy. Like the shorter people eat less calories generally. Like if me and like I'm 6'1", if I'm 6'1" and somebody's 5'2", I have to eat more to survive than them, which is also why you're talking in like survival scenarios. You're usually supposed to kill the big person first because they eat more food.
According to studies, two people of the exact same height, weight, age, sex, body composition, and lifestyle could have energy needs that differ by 800 calories per day. This could be the difference between a 1,100 or a 1,900 calorie BMR. Some people are genetically gifted with a faster metabolism, but it's rare, and it doesn't mean they can swallow sausages all day without getting fat.
No.
Statistically,
I think there is a difference, but it's usually microscopic. There's a 68% chance that your actual BMR is within 200 calories of the estimate provided. Yeah, within 400 calories, 95%. And 400 calories is not a lot. Like somebody that's gaining absurd amounts of weight, it's not because your metabolism is like 400 calories behind burning of somebody else. I have a faster metabolism. I burn more calories than probably the average person does. But at the same time, if you ate what I ate, you wouldn't be 240 pounds. You would be my weight. Like I weigh 176 pounds. Like for me to gain weight, regardless of my metabolism, I would have to be eating double what I eat now.
most people are within 200 calories of their estimates. This is why competitive eaters get frustrated with people talking about their metabolism like it's some ancestral curse. All the while, they put a lot of effort into losing fat.
Anyway, it does not matter how fast your metabolism is. If you eat in excess of calories consistently, you're going to gain weight. Also, believe it or not, I do have an average metabolism.
But there's something many do to speed up their metabolisms: weightlifting. It's estimated that by gaining 10 kilograms of muscle and losing 10 kilograms of fat, your BMR increases by 85 calories
Well, weightlifting, but you also need cardio as well. Like weightlifting isn't just the key to losing weight. Weightlifting is just an additive because you're also helping your body turn kind of bad things to muscle.
Gaining 10 kilograms of muscle and losing 10 kilograms of fat, your BMR increases by 85 calories per day, giving you an extra 31,000 calories to play with.
But that's also why it's harder to maintain that level of muscle. Like bodybuilders have to eat more and more to even be that heavy because if they stop, even if they're working out, they're just going to lose that muscle because your body's efficient in trying to keep you alive in a survivability sense. So if you're like fucking 220 ripped with a 4% body fat percentage, your body's reading that as, unless I'm literally using all of this energy every day, I'm wasting it. So they'll just start shedding muscle similar to fat.
Over the year.
Although I'm not some muscle-bound juicehead, what mass is on my body is mostly muscle. So to sustain my body weight and that activity level, in addition to keeping me alive, my body needs more calories than somebody who doesn't weight train.
Competitive eaters may burn a few hundred more calories per day, but there's no way this could ever offset weekly 10,000 calorie challenges. So I wanted to find out how they eat outside of competitions.
Is most of what
I've always, whenever I've looked into like random YouTubers that I watch that'll comment on it, sometimes they always say they eat like just a metric fuck ton of vegetables because it also helps expand their stomach. Really? Yeah, because vegetables are low. Oh my God. Vegetables are low in calorie, but high in density. If you eat a fucking bag of broccoli, you're going to be full, but you've eaten 400 calories, comparable to somebody that's eating like cheesecake, which isn't really going to fill you as much. It's just a calorically dense food. If you want to lose weight, the best thing you can do is eat low density, not trying to show my feet, low density foods. Or no, high density, low calorie density food. Apple number 2.
Prepare at home is raw fruits, fresh vegetables, a lot of lean meats.
Routine after contests is to eat super high fiber.
Is that I focus a lot on vegetables, maybe like a lean or a fat-free dairy. Otherwise, I kind of just fill the gaps with whatever else works.
I am massively into eating clean, and then when it's time to throw down, then I go in on the food.
Oh.
When it's time to throw down,
Dude, what is that? Is that 3 full boxes of Reese's Puffs? That is disgusting. I think Reese's Puff cereal is one of the most overrated cereals, number 1. They're not that good. They're not that good. It tastes like a bad Reese's cup. I would rather just have a Reese's cup. No, because listen. If you actually look at the calorie information about a Reese's Puff, like Reese's Puff cereal, 1 bowl of Reese's Puffs is almost the same as like a Reese's cup. I would rather have 1 Reese's cup than a bowl of Reese's Puffs because the level of enjoyment is higher in a Reese's cup. The time of enjoyment's lower. But a Reese's Puff is like low grade fucking enjoyment. It's just like it tastes like shitty quality cereal. I don't know, man. I'd rather just have candy.
Then I go in on the food.
Oh my God, she actually has actual Reese's Cups in there too. You know how much that would spike your heart rate and your blood pressure? That would be like, I feel like I would have a heart attack after that.
Then I go in on the food.
My daily diet consists of a lot of vegetables, fruits, low-fat protein, but a lot of microdense foods, and I, in fact, actually enjoy...
Oh, what did I say?
Eating like salads and broccoli.
Oh! Broccoli, bitch. Yup. Yo, get into making broccoli, chat. I've been eating broccoli way more. I eat broccoli probably 4 days a week. You just oven bake that shit. It's so easy. Gets a little bit of oil. Dude, I'll spray that shit with Pam. I'll just go shh, like a thin coating over all of it. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, maybe like onion powder. Throw that bitch in the oven 425 for 25 minutes. Take it out, crispy. Put it in a Tupperware bin. Easy. It's that simple. I just did it with Brussels sprouts too. Oven bacon vegetables is the easiest thing in the world.
Green beans, corn.
Healthy eating, great. But how exactly is this helping them lose weight?
Butter's terrible for you. I eat a lot of olive oil, which is bad. That's like the one bad thing not the one bad thing. I eat a lot of fucking sugar. I eat a lot of sugar. I eat Uncrustables every day. I think I am getting a little fatter from it too. I'm gaining weight in the stomach region, but I don't care. They're so damn good. Oh, they're so damn good. A fucking raspberry Uncrustable. Say Tupperware. I say Tupperware. I know it's not Tupper, but I say Tupperware. I just say it quickly. Do you like tuna melts? Fuck no. Anyways, I eat a lot of fruit, a lot of sugar. But what was I just saying? I forget what I was saying. Oh my God. We were talking about vegetables. What did I say? Bro's hammered? Yeah, you're hammered? Dude, I'm 1 baffle in. How I'm gaining weight. Before that. Oh God, dude. Yeah, this is the weed brain, man. You're so hammered. Yeah, I like sugar. I said that after. Oven baked broccoli. Yeah, dude, you just got to make vegetables, though. Like, just like a big batch of vegetables. Oh, butter's bad for you. Yeah, no, in New Jersey, I mean, it might be because everybody's an Italian. I don't know for sure. But New Jersey does have the highest density of Italians, and Italians love olive oil. I eat every meal I ever make. Like, every meal prep I have, something's getting olive oil. Always. Extra virgin olive oil. Always. Like 3 tablespoons in a thing of chicken. Olive oil's gas. Dude, it just makes everything taste better.
Wait.
Your body does reflect what you do over 90% of the time, and I am probably a competitive eater 4 days of every month.
The average competitive eater doesn't eat like this all the time. In fact,
was that a grandma ripping dogs?
Most do around 1 challenge per week.
The single most important factor, and I can't stress this enough, when it comes to gaining weight or losing weight, is the amount of calories you consume over time.
This makes it a simple equation.
To maintain my weight, I need to eat roughly 18 to 20,000 calories per week. So if I film a restaurant challenge that's, say, 7,000 calories, I know that throughout the rest of the week, I have 11,000 calories to play with.
On their off days, they'll drop their calories to prevent weight gain. To fill their larger than average stomachs with few calories, they volume eat.
It lets me eat a large amount of food without having to consume a large amount of calories.
Take this example. This is what 1,000 calories of strawberries looks like next to 1,000 calories of donuts. Competitive eaters opt for very high volume foods to stay sane while in a calorie deficit.
2¼ pounds of salad. It's rich in protein, really good macros. Basically, I'm eating this entire meal for roughly 1,000 calories.
I'm gonna have a take here. I hate when people makes their own salad. Do what you want to do. Like okay, this is what I do I don't like salad that much. Maybe that's why. When I meal prep, I'm making broccoli, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, green beans, like mushrooms, peas. Like I'm doing just vegetables that I would eat alone, you know? Like that's it. Like I'm just eating vegetables in their whole, it'll fill half my plate. I'll just eat a pound of broccoli. I'll just half a pound of broccoli. Like I'll just eat a shitload of broccoli. I'd rather do that than just I'm gonna go toss a salad.
Calories.
The fiber content also helps keep competitive eaters full, and the micronutrients help.
Popping mushrooms by themselves is crazy. No, I'm not eating raw mushrooms. I'm sauteing them. Boil them, you saute them, and then you pour some stuff on them, or you mix it with the meat you're eating. What sucks, dude? I'm getting sick of fish. Side rant, because I have alpha-gal. I have to go through waves. So I'll eat chicken and turkey for 2 weeks, and then I'll eat salmon, tilapia, mahi-mahi. And by the fucking end of this, the tilapia, I'm like, dude, I don't want to fucking eat this shit. I ate salmon for 5 days in a row. It just gets so boring. Even if I make it good, I'm just like, this sucks. I don't want to eat this.
Helps keep their bodies healthier.
If you want to do food challenges, you better love to learn vegetables and fruit.
Many, including Matt Stoney, supplement with whey protein and consume high protein diets. Protein not only helps prevent muscle loss and a calorie deficit, but is the most filling macronutrient per calorie. So a high protein diet can help you lose weight. If we come back to the diagram that shows how we burn our calories, there's a second.
Yeah, usually you're supposed to they always say if you wanna lose weight, you chug a protein shake prior to working out. No. Prior to eating. If you want to eat less, you drink a protein shake, then eat. If you want to eat more, you eat, then drink a protein shake. Because the protein shake's going to fill you. Right before I went live, I drank a protein shake. On an empty stomach, though. And now I'm drinking beers. So if I have the bubble guts later and I run to the bathroom, it's because I have the shits.
Called T.
We got a ticking time bomb at about T-minus 1.5 hours, though. So we should be fine.
Yeah. Which stands for the thermic effect of...
Milk products have alpha-gal. All milk products have alpha-gal. It doesn't affect me, though. I'm lucky there. I could eat cheese and milk. A lot of people that have alpha-gal can't eat cheese, gelatin, dairy, or any of that shit. I can. I just can't eat beef. I can't eat beef, lamb, pork, any mammal. Any of the meat I can't eat. But cheese and yogurt and stuff, I can eat. It's fine. How can you? It's not enough alpha-gal to trigger it.
Food. It's the amount of calories your body burns.
What's alpha-gal? I got bit by a tick in Virginia, and it gave me a red meat disease.
Breaking down foods.
I'll go into anaphylaxis.
It typically takes more energy.
6 hours later. It's when I digest it.
To break down protein in comparison to the other macronutrients. This seems to also be the case for nutritious whole foods versus ultra-processed foods. So the thermic effect of eating a...
Well, you're just lying. You think I'm lying that I have that? Why would I lie about that? You think I'm lying that I have alpha-gal disease? Why would I ever say that? But what a random thing for me to lie about. Is it curable? No. I have to get blood tested every year. I go to an allergist that specializes in it, and I got to get a blood test, and they check my antigens for it to see if it goes down. And at some point, they might be able to reintroduce it. The allergist told me, I was like, should I not be eating cheese and stuff? She was like, well, if you're not having a reaction, don't stop eating it. Because if I stop eating it and then get back onto it, then my body might trigger a reaction.
High protein diets with lots of whole foods is another very small factor, helping competitive eaters maintain a healthy weight. But let's not get distracted.
It all comes down to calorie balance.
Makes sense. But if this is the case, what about practices before competitions? And the many comments suggesting they have more disordered habits. We'll get to that. But first, we need to explore their cardio, because they must do tons of it, right?
I can't think of anything worse than getting on a treadmill and just sprinting for, 15 minutes.
I don't do any crazy amounts of cardio. I go to the gym, I purposefully lift my weights, maybe 4 to 5 days a week right now, and that's it.
Surprisingly, many competitive eaters do very little cardio for weight loss. Cardio is overrated for burning calories for most people, which is why it represents the smallest amount of calories burned per day on this chart. It's not at all necessary for fat loss. That's not to say competitive eaters don't do cardio.
I'm usually doing between 3 to 4 hours of actual training, and that's endurance training, so...
Yasir Salem is another competitive eater, an endurance athlete. His energy expenditure chart probably looks more like this. This is how the
He burns 5,000 calories a day.
most decorated Olympian of all time, Michael Phelps, was able to maintain his weight, eating 8 to
Like, why he pull down his pants to that?
Olympian of all time,
Like, what are we doing there?
Michael Phelps, was able to maintain
Is that to show off the V line?
his weight, eating 8 to 10,000 calories per day.
It was brutal. Brutal.
But aggressively swimming after a 10,000 calorie curry is likely to result in embarrassment and a ban from your leisure center.
Dude, if I shit myself in a pool after farting, I would never go into a cave. I would become a hermit. Dude, shitting yourself in a pool? Oh my God.
Even if you run an extra 10 kilometers every day, it's only an extra 600-ish calories, the equivalent of this much peanut butter, which is why most competitive eaters, if they do any cardio at all, are more moderate, with Joey Chestnut claiming to run 2 to 3 times per week to help him push the boundaries for human hot dog consumption.
Doing cardio helps me with my breathing during a contest, but I don't depend on cardio to burn calories necessarily. I try to get into a calorie deficit.
Because while it's a helpful fat loss tool, competitive eaters like to use a much more sustainable fat loss accelerator.
But I don't do anything any crazier than going for regular walks outside for cardio.
I walk a lot every day.
NEAT represents a large proportion of the calories we burn per day. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis is the calories you burn from fidgeting, walking, and any
Bro, yo, literally the method, if you're next time you're on the phone, just walk around. I have to do that, by the way. If I'm ever on a phone call, I'd be walking, just in circles. Sorry, the baffle's coming up.
activity that is an exercise. There's a reason in bodybuilding.
It's just it's like more stimulating. Yeah, Brady said I always do that. Oh, Brady knows I do that too. When me and Brady all have a Discord call about like some stream shit, and if I'm not on my PC, I'll literally he'll just watch me just go like, I'll literally walk in circles for like 20, 30 minutes.
And the goal is to get incredibly lean.
I lost 40 pounds doing that, dude, and you don't even notice it. Walking's like the easiest way to burn weight.
Most people increase their step count. It's low intensity, so it can be done after a big challenge, for long periods, and while multitasking, making it easy to fit into daily life.
I fucking hate high intensity interval training. That's why I walk for a long time.
This is all pretty healthy stuff. So what about all the comments suggesting that competitive eaters are hiding their true weight loss methods from the public? It's me trading on an eating disorder for money, is what the 2024 Nathan's Hot Dog champion, Patrick Bertoletti, admitted to in an interview. It's no surprise why psychiatrists suggest that there's an overlap between competitive eaters and eating disorders, and why so many people in the comment section suspect they all throw up after competitions.
He says, I heard you, and basically all competitive eaters make yourself sick after the challenge.
I don't even think that would be attuned to an eating disorder. I would say that's more attuned to pain. Like, I wouldn't judge Joey Chestnut for vomiting after eating 75 hot dogs. Like, I'm not like, oh yeah, dude, you're like hiding this from the public. I'd be like, no, you're just fucking not wanting to die.
Truth to that. I definitely don't think there is any truth to that. I think some people probably do, but I think you can't really base that on all competitive eaters.
Many do.
I think it would be off of what I'm eating. If I was a competitive eater and I had to eat a bunch of hot dogs, I might throw up after. But if it was like, oh, broccoli challenge, and I just ate like a ton of broccoli, I feel like that would sit in your stomach better.
Intentionally, but this is a dangerous assumption.
The best competitive eaters do digest the food.
People always assume that you're going to puke after that. But for my rule of thumb is I don't induce. If it comes out, it comes out. We don't go and induce vomiting.
I never have vomited after any of these food challenges besides when I tried to chug a gallon of milk.
While they may digest the food.
Okay, that's a biological thing that you can't do though. Has anybody ever won that challenge? I'm pretty sure your body can't physically process that much lactose in that short of time to where you have to throw up. The gallon challenge, you always yak.
Many fast for long periods of time.
It costs about $40 to do a practice. I'm not eating anything for 2 days leading up to that practice, and then afterwards I'm not eating.
I made it. You chugged a gallon of milk in like what is the time frame? Like an hour or 30 minutes?
Very much. I'm eating vegetables.
This is how they're able to fit a few practice runs in each month, all with the supervision of medical.
I think the method for the gallon challenge, if it's an hour, is like chug half the gallon instantly, stomach that, and then at the end of the last hour, finish the rest. Because then you give your body time, and maybe that would help.
It's one of my biggest splurges is my doctor. All the top eaters are pretty healthy. The healthier you are, the harder you can push your body.
This is why most competitive eaters try to keep their weight down sustainably, and their approach is clearly effective. To use Beard Meat's food as an example, if we give him a generous BMR estimate of 1,900 calories, he walks a lot, so let's put his NEAT at 600 calories. He eats a lot of protein and healthy foods, but also does some challenges, so let's put his thermic effective food at 300 calories. And lastly, he trains in the gym, putting his exercise activity thermogenesis about 200 calories per day. Each day, he burns around 3,000 calories, which is 21,000
And that's a lot. Like eating 3,000 calories a day, like you'll feel full.
calories per week. If he does one 8,000 calorie challenge a week, he now needs to eat under 2,167 calories.
Do you even have abs? This motherfucker. Not really. I feel like, I mean, I also I'm drinking beer right now, but like a little bit. I'm a little bloated right now.
Calories to avoid weight gain without doing anything too crazy.
Hopefully it helps some people out. And like I said, you can kind of apply this knowledge, a less extreme
Beer belly? Dude, I was flexing there, look.
level, if you like.
This is the exact process I use myself to stay in decent.
I got a gut, dude. When I'm sitting there, I'll be eating, dude, in like crisscross applesauce, how I'd be normally sitting on stream. And I'll look down, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking gutting right now.
Shape while still enjoying food, just with more moderation.
But it's not like a squishy gut. It's like I'm bloated, dude. Like it's hard. Like it hurts.
So I don't have to spend most of my days in a calorie deficit.
What is crisscross applesauce? Brother, what? You don't know what that is?
This is what matters. Not whether you're a carnivore, keto, or fruitarian. And it doesn't matter if you can't run, have a slow metabolism, or a rampant appetite.
I don't fuck with the keto diet. I like the idea of ketogens in general, but I think okay. And I'm not trying to segue this into a shout out, but I'm also going to shout it out. Kinetic. I'm not going to drink one right now because I'm drinking alcohol. But Kinetic, ketone drinks, right? Because they could help you. Ketones in general could help you, but getting your way to ketosis and kind of forcing your body to only eat like fats and proteins and no carbohydrates is kind of scary because then you might be lacking the nutritional needs that you could get from things that have carbs, like a lot of vegetables and fruits. But ketones in general aren't bad. It's just like the way you get into ketosis is unhealthy, to say the least. But yeah.
There's something everyone can do. The point is...
What's Kinetic? The drink I'm partnered with? I was drinking them before. Code JOB, wrong way. Code JOB, 15% off. Bunch of drinks, 0 sugar. No caffeine. They have 12 grams of ketones. Supposed to like induce calm, energy, focus, helps improve brain activity.
If competitive eaters can stay in decent shape, you can do so too, while still enjoying the food you like. If you want to see what happens when a once fit tribal island did the exact opposite of everything in this video, I recommend this video next.
Oh, Naru. I think we watched a video about Naru, actually. All right, I gotta piss real quick. How Japan escaped obesity while America got fat.
15 years ago, I moved from...
I feel like it's got to be processed foods now. Sorry, I'm pausing 3 seconds in. Because whenever I see videos of, like, Japanese 7-Elevens, bro, they got, like, fucking high-quality... What are those sushi triangles called? Where it's just, like, rice and seaweed paper. It's just, like, better shit. You know, you pull up to a 7-Eleven in the U.S., they got hot dogs rotating on one of those fucking... And it's just sitting there for hours. Yeah, onigiri. They sell that. That's like good for, not good for you, but it's not bad for you, right? Like the casual everyday fast food and things they consume are less processed and less bad.
15 years ago, I moved from Texas to Japan. I quickly had this weird feeling that something was off about the people here.
Where's all the fat people? That's the weird feeling. I don't know how long it would take me to notice that. Where's all the fat people? There's no fat people in Japan.
Couldn't quite put my finger on it at first, but the more I looked around,
I wouldn't even say it's like, and what I mean by fat, it's like morbidly obese. Like every country has people that are overweight in a BMI sense. But like morbid obesity is like so casual in the US that like if you just go out, you'll see people that are like literally like so. I'm not making, it's not fat shaming. I'm saying they need help. Like they're gonna die young. Putting it blunt. Like if you go out in public, you will see people that are outwardly so out of shape that they will die by 40 if they don't get help. Like I'm not.
Eventually, I realized what it was. Nobody's fat.
I wouldn't say nobody's fat in Japan. Now I gotta Google this. What's the rate of obesity? 4 to 5%. U.S. rate of obesity. 43%. Yo, that can't be true. The prevalence of obesity in American adults was 40.3%. Bro, that's bad.
Since 1960,
bro, and it's not even I eat fast food. It's not that. It's the fucking you can have cheat meals and not be overweight. It is a mixture of genetics as well, but it's also like the people that are obese in the United States